after a multiple year hiatus, and I'm going to change the way the channel works. Previously it's just been a mismatch of any game really that I can find that I want to play, but now I'm changing it up a bit. As people that do actually know me, I'm actually a big fan of Ipswich Town Football Club, and obviously a big fan of football in general. And I've been a fan of this series of games, Football Manager, for quite some time now, playing the first one in 2008, almost a decade and much more after that on top. I played Championship Manager before Football Manager, the predecessor, so I thought I'd change the channel up a bit and focus more on games like this, a series-wise game. So, in my opinion, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play out a nobody to somebody campaign, where I start out as an unemployed manager with little to no experience, with no real history in the sport, and I'm going to try and work my way up to Premiership or La Liga or Serie A or whatever you want glory. So we're going to start the game in early pre-season of 2019-20. We've got all these leagues currently on the screen available to choose a manager from. Most likely I'll probably be choosing a Vanarama North-South team to start with, because it just seems like the easiest option in my opinion. With that, I'm going to look to try and keep at least 2 or 3 years with a club before moving on, sort of thing. I have already played through this game a little bit. I've got through to the 3rd or 4th season in a couple playthroughs, but I'm going to look here to try and do more than just that. I'm going to create an entirely new manager as well, just a generic one rather than a main one that I actually do use myself. Normally I'd actually stylize the character, but because I'm trying to get through this video somewhat quickly, trying to get into the game a bit faster, I thought I'd just make it a generic character to start with, just changing the name, place of birth, that sort of thing, and go from there really. Other than that, nothing to change in my opinion, but I will be looking mainly to try and get as much glory as I can, as quickly as I can, and work my way up through the leagues. With this series, obviously, playing every game on a video would take way too long, and it would be April by the time that I probably got to see the end of season 2 in real life. So I think, in my opinion, I'll play probably 3 or 4 games in a video, maybe even 2 or 3 if it takes too long, and then I will look to play maybe 3 or 4 games off camera, and see what happens there. Cup games, unless they're important cup games, I'll probably play them off camera, unless they're sort of mashed in between important league games, which point I probably will put them on camera, just sort of as a stopgap sort of thing. But I'm just trying to work my way through this. Obviously, I'm not someone who understands the finer details of a YouTube channel, evidently, hence the multi-year hiatus. But I'm looking, hopefully, here to at least try and rectify that situation and make myself a more scheduled channel, I think would be the best way of saying it. So, I think the game is almost finished loading. I could be wrong. This game takes quite some time to load for some reason. When I played the beta, it didn't. It took maybe like a minute at most to load the entire start of the game, and now it takes quite some time to load the start of the game. And when I played the beta, I was playing it then through as an Ipswich Town campaign, and I'm currently in the Premiership, admittedly in the relegation zone of the Premiership, but it's only been 3 seasons, so to be fair, that's a fairly good place to be, especially when you start in League 1. But yeah, I'm just looking at the minute to try and play through this game as a nobody to somebody campaign. Slightly different to the non-league to legend campaign that's normally played, because in my opinion I think that's just too overdone in my opinion. So I think doing what I'm doing here should be a new challenge, at least, because you also got to make up the idea of you're going to a new club. You start at a new club, and you don't get to pick really. You don't just choose a club that's got a manager already. So I'm going to look forward to playing through this game. I think should be maybe 3 videos by Christmas if I'm lucky. If I'm not, then it'll be 2, and another video put out on Boxing Day probably. I'm going to look to try and put these videos out on a Sunday. Yeah, that's my normal manager. As you can see, I got a National Sea License. I do actually have that in real life. I got that in October of this year. So obviously my birth date's a year out, but I can't put 2000 for whatever reason. And past playing experience, you can't pick anything other than Sunday League footballer for the lowest. So that hit me. Same name, same all of this stuff, same place of birth, all that sort of thing, same favourite team, all that sort of thing. I am experienced with this sort of game, so I will quickly do all of this here and now, rather than having to bore you with doing it in the game. Just click tick on and off sort of thing. Oh bugger. I'm not doing any of the contract renewals or any of that. I will handle all team selection, obviously. I won't assign scouts, but I will handle scout meetings because I think it's better to do that. You only really get certain sort of ideas with that, look towards it. I will do all of the top 3, but I won't do this one here, and I probably won't do these 2 either, but I may change that in the future. I won't attend press conferences or new signing ones, but I will do tunnel interviews, so I just think it's easier. And I'm not really a fan of doing the training. I never was when they implemented it, so I won't be doing that. Tactics, won't be doing that. Team talks. Actually, I will no. I think I'll leave that to my assistant manager. And friendly matches, I'm not doing that. I've never liked managing friendly matches, even when I played the 2011 game. From then on, never really liked it. I do have a preferred tactical style, which is the G-Gen press. I do normally have a formation I like to use, which is 2 wing backs and 2 wingers. This is normally the formation I play with an Ipswich Town squad for this game, because obviously got Garber and Vincent Young do very well on the wing back positions. With Gwion Edwards on the right and Danny Rowe on the left, it does work quite well. I'm 5'11". Can't actually remember how much I weigh, so I'm going to leave that at 75 kilos. So that'll be fine. Skin tone, that's fairly accurate to me. Hairstyle, you're probably all bored out of your mind watching this video, aren't you? I apologise. Yeah, that is fairly accurate. Can't actually get the proper one. There we go. Suit and tie. Yeah, shirt without tie. I don't really like wearing the blazer type things in real life either. And I do actually wear glasses now, so I'll put that in there. I will start unemployed, as I said, and okay, I can't actually change that, which is annoying. I really wish I could. Oh, never mind. Don't matter. And I'll just start playing here. So, again, we've got another loading screen. I'll show you then loading up the game, that sort of thing. And also the save and all that sort of thing. Right. So these are the jobs that I could theoretically apply for at Braintree, Oxford, Ebbsfleet. I doubt I get a chance with Carlisle or Grimsby. I could look into an opportunity with an under-20s or under-23s international side. It's unlikely I'll get accepted for that. Could attempt a job with Falkirk in Ladbrokes League 1, but again, I wouldn't think that would be likely. But obviously I just put my feelers out to sort of work through what could work in my opinion. Now, I want to manage a team that I think has a good chance of doing well, so I obviously won't be managing Oxford City, who are currently chosen to be bottom of the Panorama National League South. They've also got Braintree and Ebbsfleet. Braintree are finishing 12th, so I will put forward an application for that job. And I'll also put one forward for Ebbsfleet, because Ebbsfleet, if I'm not mistaken, do actually have a fairly good, have a fairly good chance of actually doing well in a start season, so I'll put a job forward for there as well. Now, I will also declare interest for these jobs, but that's just me, so I can boost my chances a bit further. So obviously, doing this puts forward a certain level of difficulty, because you have to also take on the opportunity of, you don't know if you're going to be accepted for a job, and that's the biggest problem, I think. So this video will be literally the start up from me being unemployed to me getting a job offer, and then me taking up a job role, and then next video will be the start of the league. All of these sort of questions given to you by press conferences before you get a job, I just normally skip them. I don't really enjoy doing press conferences. I never have done. I don't really want to manage in America. I just have that league open because of the players that play for them. But with these press conferences, I just pick the top answer mainly with assertive, just try and get them out of the way. Oh, I've got a scratchy throat today. Probably not the best time to start a video, in my opinion, but anyhow. Yeah, see, the job in Chicago is a brilliant job. The MLS is a brilliant place to work. But there's then the problem of, I don't really want to work there, and you do need a fair bit of experience to work in the American leagues. Massimiliano Allegri manages Bayern Munich. That is impressive that they managed to bring him to Bayern Munich, mainly because he doesn't really have much experience when it comes to German leagues. He's Italian for almost an entire managerial career. You got Juventus with Zebra and AC Milan, so Roberto Di Matteo, again another surprise, taking on the job at Hearts manager. I'd have thought he'd been much more likely to go to a bigger club than that, but hey ho. Anyway, as I said, we're going to look to try and get a job today, and if I can find a job, what I'll be doing is I'll just end the video after I start the position. Ooh, Michael Laudrup, that's a good position for him. So obviously we're thinning out these teams now. Ooh, Hanover 96 is a good job, but I think I'm probably a bit too underexperienced for that sort of position. I'm not going to put any feelers out towards Grimsby or Leyton Orient because they're in League 2, and I want to start with the non-league team. I want to build up from base to up. Really, I don't think there's much of a point of going to a League 2 team to start with, unless you support the team, and in my opinion I don't support any League 2 teams. At a push, Colchester, but that's it. I mean, my teams I support are Ipswich, Southport and Blackpool, that's it. Southport and Blackpool because of just affiliation with being up north a lot during my childhood, and Ipswich because of, obviously, I was born and bred here. I've grown up here, that is the team I have a season ticket for. Yeah, obviously Portland and Chicago don't want me at their club. Why would they? I have no experience, I have no history with a football club. So yeah, it's fair enough, they love away the interest. I would too. Stuart Pearce, always taking a dive, ain't he? Jesus. Wow. Never would have thought he'd gone for Grimsby of all teams, but hey ho. Obviously these jobs I have no chance with. They're all the MLS. I mean, I'd love to manage in the MLS in real life, just for the money they've got there and the players they've got there. Tommy Smith, Lando Himovic, Jonathan Dos Santos. They've got tons of players with a lot of history and ability in that league, but it's just not for me. Especially not in this game. I don't see the point of this game. I am looking towards that Falkirk job, obviously. Now this is the one I didn't want. Oxford C. The thing is, I would take this job if, and I do mean if, yep, this is all fine, more than happy to work with him, don't need any changes, Now this is the thing, they want me to avoid relegation. Oxford City, from what I can gather, are not a strong side. They're not a strong side. And that's evident by the fact they want me to get the 4th qualifying round and they start in the 3rd. They want me to win 1 game. And this one, they start in the, I think, 2nd qualifying round of the FA Trophy. They want me to win 2 games. That's it. And all they want me to do is just avoid relegation. And that seems easy enough. There's only 2 relegation spots. That seems fair enough. The thing is, I don't know if I can do that. I really don't. Have to work with the proposed wage budget. The only thing I'd want for them is to make a parent club. Okay, yes, that doesn't work. Fair enough. Then, yeah, I have no further requests. If they offer me a contract, I will look into the contract, but I will also make sure that if I get a job interview with the other 2 clubs that I do want to go to, that I will put forward an appeal to them first. And obviously this is a social feed. I'm getting a lot about Ipswich Town. Hopefully, yeah, I didn't think I'd get one Leadsley. But Braintree is an option for me. Right, what's this? Yeah, I want to win as best as possible. I think I'll be able to handle any financial stuff they want me to do. They want to finish mid-table, they want to become an established front-runner sales team. They don't want promotion, okay? They don't want promotion. That's a good thing. And they want the exact same things in the cup that Oxford won. So Braintree is an option, and it's a very intriguing option. I'd be able to reach the proposed position, and I'd be happy to work with proposed wage budget. I have no other requests. Braintree is the one I would want to go to, personally. Out of the 2 teams that I've got an interview with, they're the ones I want to go to. Oxford would have to offer me a fairly good wage to be able to interest me into their team over the other. And I'd have to be around about 500, maybe even more pounds a week, depending on, you know, the length of the contract sort of thing. I want at least a 2-year contract, as well as to sort of cement my position in the club. And with Braintree, all I need to do is finish 6th, 7th, I think. And I think that's a playoff place. I could be wrong. I can't even remember how many teams there are in the Panorama National anymore. Normally I play with just Premier League to League 2, just try and make the game faster, but hey ho. But yeah, I don't really want to go to Oxford City. But once I get the job, this video is over. You can spend the rest of your day doing whatever you want to be doing, which is probably anything but watching this video, but hey ho. And yeah. Okay, so Falkirk have hired Kenny Black. I recognise that name from somewhere. Ah, that's why. Yeah, I did a playthrough of Bradford City on Football Manager 2017, and that's how I knew his name. He was the assistant manager there when I took over, after being given the job role after promotion with Southport. I went on to Bradford City and he was the assistant manager. That's how I recognise that name. It's quite funny when you take on these sorts of games, these sorts of challenges, because you see names from the past and you think, oh, I know that name. Like Raphael Varane in Football Manager 2011, he was a nobody, you know. I guess you could stretch and say a wonder kid, but I wouldn't call it a wonder kid in 2011. And now look, he's a Real Madrid regular. FC something versus Brentford, 1-1. Oh, Marcondes. He's a fairly good player, I think, isn't he? Problem is, obviously, he's playing for FC something or other. And I don't think I'll be able to bring him into a non-league team. I'm going to need to look into loan deals, obviously. But I have 2 loan deals in mind to sort of improve our chances this year. One is Adam Pershebek from Ipswich Town, and the other is a player from Sunderland. I can't remember his name now, but I'll know it when I see it. I'll also be looking to bring like really young free agents in as well, as that will give me an opportunity to progress in the future and bring in, you know, players that are already good enough to play in the Panorama National South and North, who then have a future in, like, say, League 1 or League 2. Building up their ability in the current time should give me an opportunity to play them permanently in the team for a number of years to come. because I don't plan on leaving this team until I get an option to go to a better team. I won't leave this team for a team in the same league, or if I'm in the promotion places, I'm not going to leave for a team in the league above unless I know I'm not getting promoted. You know, like James Norwood, for instance, when he left Tranmere Rovers, he got promoted with them. I wouldn't do that, mainly because I wouldn't see a point. If I'm already playing in that league, I don't see a point. So we have to make sure we can have a good look into the future of this campaign, this playthrough. Obviously Oxford City weren't with me, and neither were Braintree, which is annoying because it means that I don't actually have any job at this point in time. My only real options at the minute are Hanover, the US Under-23s, or Seattle. And unfortunately I don't have an idea that I'm going to be able to get any of these jobs, which is very annoying. If I don't have a job by the end of July, I'll end the video there, and I'll just play through until I manage to find a job. Obviously, I need to make sure that I can keep some form of look towards myself that I'll be able to get a job, but unfortunately, by the looks of things, I'm not going to be able to get that opportunity. I think the best possible chance I've got at the minute is the Under-23s US team, but even then, it's almost a guarantee that it's a no. So this campaign's already started fairly poorly for me, I must admit. But I'd be willing easily to take over as a Under-18s international manager, or if I had the option to do an Under-18s football team manager, as in, say, LAFC Under-18s, that sort of thing. But obviously, that doesn't always happen. It's quite funny seeing all about the friendlies, make you think, where the hell do these teams play? Like, I know Valois is Liechtenstein, and Rosenborg is, I think, Germany / Switzerland. IFK and something is, I believe, Norwegian. Trans, probably Dutch. Ryan Fraser's a name that brings me back a bit. Donzale, no idea. I'm guessing Macedonia. GP is from Macedonia. Wolfsburg, not the Wolfsburg I know the name of, but definitely a German name versus Pordenone, possibly Italian, probably also butchered as well in the name. I'm rambling, really, I'm just rambling at this point in time, but hey ho. So not a bad set of friendlies there. Alright, I'll probably end the video here, and I'll probably have another video coming up in the near future, which would be me getting a job, really. Me starting a job, I think. So, until that video comes out, ta-ra.